Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is Garry Dean, PremiumCustomDetailing.com, Tampa, Florida. DetailJuice.com as well. Check out all of the wonderful eco-friendly products at DetailJuice.com. I'm here today to show you something fantastic and new that I put together, very similar to the Garry Dean wash method. The Garry Dean wash method was designed by myself around my Infinite Use Detail Juice as a rinseless wash. Now I know that I can't convince everybody to switch to the rinseless way that I prefer. So there are still some skeptical people, or some old school, we'll call them, people that just want to continue to use a traditional wash method. Now the problem with the traditional wash method is it uses a lot of water. It generally takes a ton of time, and you've got to use extra stuff. Well, let me tell you, like the Garry Dean wash method, what I'm going to show you today is Garry Dean's The Perfect Wash. Now I call it the perfect wash because in my opinion this is the perfect way to wash your car. I'm also going to be unveiling the perfect soap. Now to me, my soap that I'm going to release into the DetailJuice.com line very, very soon is the perfect soap. So it's all a matter of opinion, just like any other detailing product or process is. I have adopted this soap to be my perfect soap. It's pH neutral. It will not strip your wax or sealant. The suds that you can get from this thing, from either a foam can or even just in your bucket, are fantastic. You get a ton of suds. They last through the whole wash in the bucket. And what I'm going to show you today is a twist, my own Garry Dean spin on the traditional wash method. No longer do you need little devices to separate dirt and grime in your bucket. No longer do you need two buckets. So I'm saving you money, time, effort, water, and also making the wash, the traditional wash, more efficient. So stay tuned. I'm going to finish getting set up. As you can see, I've got a whole lot of stuff going on. I've got a fantastic black, very dirty, you probably can't see it in this overcast, but it's a very dirty black 2006 Mercedes E55 AMG. It's pretty dirty. So I'm going to show you how to use less than 15 gallons of water and the perfect soap. Well, of course, I'm still waiting on labels, so I won't be releasing that on the site for at minimum another week. So the perfect soap, very concentrated, high lubricity, high foaming, fantastic. So I'm going to show you what you can expect from that soap in a foam cannon with my Karcher pressure washer, as well as I'll hook it up to the Gilmore foam gun that most of you guys have. It's probably more common than people with pressure washer, but I think if you're trying to be more efficient and more eco-friendly, you should definitely get yourself a low GPM pressure washer. The one I have is a Karcher. I believe it was $100. It is 1.25 gallons per minute, so it uses very little water and it's very efficient. So if you're trying to save water and save time, you need The Perfect Wash by Garry Dean. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I've got probably about 1.5 gallons of water in one of my 3.5 gallon buckets. I'm going to show you how to use this soap. Is 1 ounce per 3 gallons of water is what you need to use. So I'm just going to put a little bit, I'm just going to wing it and put a little bit in the bucket. So I'll pop the top here. This is a 32 ounce bottle. I'm just going to put just a little bit. I mean, you can see I didn't put a lot, just put a little bit more. But the cool thing about this is we're going to use this one bucket just like in the Garry Dean wash method And hang tight for a second. I'm going to grab something else and we'll finish up, but you're going to be amazed at the results you can get from Garry Dean's The Perfect Wash that you cannot get from a traditional 2-bucket wash with a rinse bucket and a wash bucket, plus those other devices that I was referring to that separate dirt and grime. So be right back. Now, what I always recommend on any vehicle that you're going to be washing is to do a quick hose down of the entire vehicle so that you break up any non-bonded contaminants like dirt and grime that are on the face of the paint. So you'll hose it down with a pressure washer as well as you can while keeping in mind how much water you're using. And then the second step will be to use the foam cannon and the perfect soap to break up all that stuff. So do a snow foam, or just you want to lather the car up without touching it, and that's going to allow the soap the time to break up the semi-bonded contaminants that are on the surface of the paint. So after the snow foam, you could give it a quick hose down again, which would wash off any of the foam and all of the stuff that the soap breaks up off the surface, and then proceed with the wash. Now, very much like the Garry Dean wash method, for the rinseless wash, we're going to be using multiple microfiber towels, but my recommendation as a professional detailer is going to be these 600 gram, very plush, thick nap on both sides, 16 by 16 microfiber towels. Now, you saw me put a little bit of soap in the bucket. That was probably around a half an ounce of soap, if even that, as well as a gallon and a half of water. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put 7 of these 600 gram microfiber towels. You'll be able to find these on DetailedJuice.com. At the same time, you'll be able to find the perfect soap at DetailedJuice.com. I'll be putting that up, as well as a fantastic brand new tire gel, as well as a brand new chrome and metal polish that I'm adding to the line. So look forward to that, as well as some The Perfect Wash kits to be available on DetailedJuice.com. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 7 of these 600 gram fantastic green microfiber towels, and I'm going to put them in that bucket of water that you saw, and I'll go ahead and let you see. There's the bucket. I'm going to put 6 of these in there. The cool thing about this situation is, just like the Garry Dean wash method, you're not going to be reintroducing old dirt to new dirt, which is the biggest benefit from the perfect wash. Now that's the big deal here, is not reintroducing old dirt to new dirt, and cutting down on equipment needed to execute the wash, as well as water needed to execute the wash. Now what you saw was I had 15 gallons put into a tank that is gonna gravity feed my pressure washer water, so that I can pay attention to how much water I'm using, so that by the end of this, you'll be able to know, I'll be able to tell you how much water you should be using for Garry Dean's perfect wash. Alright, the first thing I'm going to do is take the pressure washer around the car and give it a quick hose down to break up any loose contaminants. Alright, so now I've gone around the entire car and just washed off any loose contaminants, dirt and grime, and all of that stuff that's not bonded to the paint. So now I'm going to take the nozzle off my pressure washer, and what I've done is I put about 2 ounces of the perfect soap inside this foam cannon, and about 6 ounces of water. I'm going to go ahead and attach that to my foam gun, and I'm going to go ahead and go around the whole car and do a foam bath, or whatever you want to call it. See how nice the suds are from this stuff? So 2 ounces of soap, and I've still got a little bit left, well, not much, but anyway. So 2 ounces of soap, 6 ounces of water, and I could foam the entire car. So now you just let that sit so that it can do its job of breaking down the semi-bonded contaminants, and then we'll come back and I'll do another rinse off so that I can wash off anything the soap breaks down. I usually like to wait around 5 minutes from the time I spray the foam on the car to the time that I take the pressure washer with just water and rinse off all of that soap. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and rinse off the entire car. I do want to make one note. I always recommend doing your car washing in the shade or indoors if you can. Fortunately for this video, it's overcast today, so I can do it outside without fear of the water drying up and spotting the car. But ideally you'd have something like the CR Spotless machine, which I have one on the way for the shop, but I currently do not have it, and I wanted to shoot the video today to get it to you guys so you could see, and it would begin to start benefiting you immediately. So I'm gonna go ahead and rinse this car off, and as soon as I'm done with that, we'll get into the perfect wash. All right, cool, we're back now. I've done an initial rinse. I did the foam cannon, foam bath, and then I rinsed that off about 5 to 7 minutes later. So now we're gonna take the 6 towels and the roughly half to a quarter of an ounce of the perfect soap that I put in this bucket with the 1.5 gallons of water, and I'm going to go ahead and activate the suds by giving a little bit of stream of water inside the bucket. Hey, I can't talk right now. What's up? I'm shooting a video. Yeah, okay, I gotta go. Can I call you right back? So we take the microfiber out of the bucket. Got some suds on there. Start washing. Got one side, flip to the other side and go to the other side of the roof. Flip to the inside. If for some reason you needed more suds, all you'd have to do is scoop your hands in. And there you go. Top down, hardly any pressure. Now, that one's spent. You discard the towel, set it to the side in a clean spot, and then you'll wash it, and then you'll reuse it on the next wash. You're not throwing away towels, people. All right, so I've done the whole car, and it's been a couple of minutes. I had my camera actually died, so now I'm back, and the car's drying up a bit. I haven't rinsed it yet, but I actually have 2 microfibers still left in the bucket. I put 6 in. I used only 4 to do the whole car, so it's pretty awesome. Gone around the whole car and washed it. So now I'm going to take the pressure washer and rinse all of the soap off. Once I've rinsed the car, then I'll go back and, well, dry it. I just want to show you what you can really achieve if Well, I shouldn't say I was even working too hard to try to conserve water per se. I was shooting a bunch of video. I washed the whole car. I did 2 whole rinses on the whole car, and also 3 foam baths on the car with rinses after that. And this is a 15-gallon water tank, and you can see that it's just under halfway. And I would even go as much as say 2 additional gallons for the wash bucket, and then what I added into the foam cannons when I was shooting the videos. And so there is no reason why, with a decent pressure washer such as my Karcher there, I believe that's 1.25 GPM, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to do everything you need as far as getting a car completely washed properly with, you know, rinses and all that stuff with less than 10 gallons of water. I mean, and I also did the wheels and the barrels, all that stuff I cleaned. I scrubbed the tires, cleaned the tires. I mean, I really was not trying to be conservative per se. I was just using the good, proper equipment that you should use anytime you're gonna wash the car. So anyway, it's pretty awesome. Less than 10 gallons of water to wash and shoot the videos on this entire car. So there you have it. Anyway, check out detailedjuice.com and be looking out for the perfect soap, as well as my brand new tire gel and my chrome and metal polish, because it's pretty awesome. I do a lot of Harleys as a professional detailer, or you know, various other bikes, and it's the best stuff ever. Just keep in mind also, when you're looking at my product, all of my stuff is formulated just for me, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.